Right, this is about the third or fourth in our series of videos about the Range Rover Sport L494 rear light upgrade. So we're upgrading to these later type LED lights that have got the big sort of glow bit round here. And Ian will do the little pointy thing, and we've done the main video of how to change those. But there's some little nuances. I used that word the other day as flash. There's some little bits of detail I need to explain to you. People are saying that's great, that video you did on how to fit the aftermarket rear lights, but what about if I want to fit genuine rear lights to my early, so pre-2018 Range Rover Sport?
And we've been looking on the forums and there seems to be some uncertainty. So we've got a UK spec car.
Yes.
We don't know what the American spec cars might be a bit different,
yeah, we can't,
on that front.
Yeah.
So we don't have one to be able to test that, unfortunately. But as far as a UK spec car, this is what we know. Testing the American or the US spec and the UK spec rear lights.
Genuine rear lights.
Genuine rear lights.
Right.
So we've already done a video up there on the aftermarket lights that we do.
Yeah.
Obviously other people's may be different, we're not sure about that, but that explains all the details you want to know on that front. This is just what the genuine lights do if you plug them in.
So for those flash kiddies of you out there that want to spend big money on genuine lights, and it is not an unwise decision, if you've got the money, it's great. Right, so this side is a US spec genuine, and they call it NAS, North American Spec rear light. And if I put the two next to each other, a UK spec or rest of the world one, you'll see there is no reflector here.
So the NAS spec means in America they have to have a light on the side of the car and a reflector on the side of the car, whereas over here we don't. So we've just got a nice black section, keeps it looking simple. They have to have the reflector there. So that's what the NAS spec means. But it's not just that, is it? It
turns out it's not just that. So Ian's been playing with this morning. So right, North American spec, all wired in, all done. UK spec.
So UK spec, so this is another Gen 1, we've got no reflector there, so we know it's UK rest of world spec.
Right, but what happens? Right, let's have a look. So let's put our indicators on. Right, there you go. Right,
there we go. As we expect to see, a nice bright orange indicator.
It's not too swoopy though, is it?
No dynamic sweep, it only does the standard flash.
Yeah.
So most people, we guess, are wanting the upgrade. They want the dynamic lights, like the Audi style sweep lights. They don't do that. If you plug them in the older cars, you just get a standard flash.
Hold on, shock horror, what's happening on this side here? That doesn't look very orange to me.
So that side is, it looks a bit orange on the camera.
But you can see the difference, right?
But this side is most definitely flashing red at us. This side is most definitely flashing orange at us.
Now, in America, I think you can have flashing orange lights, but you can have your indicators can flash red, right? So
yeah, so they require a light on the side, but they don't have to have the orange indicator. Whereas we don't need the light on the side, but we do need the orange indicator. So if you're a UK car, you need to make sure you get the UK spec lights. That's one important thing.
Red. Right. But there's a little bit more, but Ian's also noted this funny thing. Again, it's just
it goes like
point.
out of time, out of sync.
Up, and then it sort of does a little. You might not be able to see it on the camera. Oh, there it does. It does a little like it does a, and then it sort of spasms.
And then if we've just got the hazards on at the minute, so this side's just sat flashing away, regular as you like. Nothing weird about this one at all.
Right, let me put the. So now I'll leave the hazards going, but I'll put the lights on now. Well, now we've got the side lights on. Now, what you'll notice is we had the similar problem with the aftermarket ones. You can't see...
You can't really make out the indicator, not as clearly anyway. These aren't too bad, you can see it going there,
orangey red.
But in our opinion, they're not the safest, to be honest.
What we want is either one where the tail light and the indicator flash out of sequence, or even better still, kill the tail light when you're indicating. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Well, let's have a look. What does the other side look like then?
So this one still carries on its slightly odd flash pattern.
So I would say, even if I was in America, I wouldn't be happy with that.
It wants to go. That tail light wants to go off, really. Right. It's difficult to see. We think you're fine indicating during the day, but if you ever want to drive your car at night, or if you need your lights on, standard plug and play, straight fit, the genuine lights isn't going to be your best option.
Tail lights on their own, indicators on their own, all no problem.
It's when you try and multitask and do everything together, the side lights overpower the indicator and you can't see them that well. They do flash, they're not completely impossible, but it's just not the most obvious thing. Right,
so what have we got over here? So we have designed some little boards. They're a tricky little, we got a transistor, a relay, a capacitor and some bits and pieces, and we've labelled them up so the signal's coming in. We've got your negative, your tail and your indicator come in. You cut your wires on your light, so on your light loom here, there you go, there's one we fitted.
Here's one we did earlier.
So you can see the capacitor is on there, and then we just cut 3 of the 5 wires. 2 of them just go straight through. We're not worried about them. And hopefully, now this is an aftermarket light, so we're going to now install these on a genuine set of lights. Well, on these, we'll do one on the NAS and one on the rest of it, and see with this installation, does it do the trick and kill the tail light when the indicator's on? Right.
So we'll fit them and come back and let you know what happens.
We'll fit them. Ian's fitting.
I'll fit them.
Right, we fitted the circuit boards. I'll say we, it was Ian, but Ian delegated it to Harry. So young Harry's fitted the circuit boards. Let's have a look what happens now. So remember, this side is a genuine Land Rover UK light. So Ian, put your lights on. So there we go. So we've got the red. You have to believe me, it is red. It looks a bit orange on there. Now if you indicate right, Ian. So it's turned off the side light now. Now cancel the indicator. And then the side light comes back on. And let's look at the other side. So this is the NAS, North American Spec light. You're going to have to believe me again, it's red. Now when you flash, it kills the side light and it's flashing red. It looks orange on my screen, but it's red. So there's no difference. Then turn the indicator off, it comes back to red. So if I do that from back here, you might be able to see the difference. Right, so there we go. So yeah, put the hazards on. You can see this one, the UK spec flashes orange, the red one. But that circuit board we fixed, that we developed for the aftermarket lights, works a treat on the only thing that this doesn't do that our aftermarket does is it doesn't swoop. So this light...
we think the genuine lights don't get any dynamic movement to them. Only the aftermarket lights can offer you that.
Yeah, and we think on the 2018, if you look at the back of the lights, and we haven't downloaded the diagram, if you look at the back of the lights, on the 2016 cars, there's only 5 wires. You'll see this one's empty. On the 2018, this wire's populated. And I think that is perhaps the LIN bus control signal to make the swoop happen. So if you want full functionality with the swoop, at the moment the only solution we can offer you is the aftermarket. If you want genuine, you can fit it, and the only way you can get the full functionality is you have to add a circuit board to cancel the tail light when you're indicating. Yep. That's where we're at. Good luck with that, and we'll put a link in the description to go to our website and look at the products. We'll put these genuine lights for sale, and Harry will fit the circuit boards for you.